Hello, my name is Annabelle and I am a 29-year-old artist from Victoria, Australia, and I paint landscapes in oils and I vlog about it, and that's pretty much what my channel's about. Today I have a pretty special video because Lightwish has sent me some oil paints by Paul Rubens to review, which is really exciting for me and my little YouTube channel. It's a pretty cool opportunity, so thank you Lightwish for sending these. And without further ado, let's get into the video and what I thought of these paints. So when I opened the package, I was really impressed by the quality of the box and the packaging. I hadn't looked these up before I received them, so I didn't really know what to expect. And the box itself has this really nice kind of silky feel, and then the brand name is in gold leaf, so it feels quite premium. When I opened up this box and took out the paints, I realized that pretty much all of these paints, except for the white, are single pigment. Single pigment paints are really good because different pigments can interact with other pigments in unpredictable ways. Having single pigment paints means that your mixes of colours are going to be more predictable and less volatile. It means that when you mix your ultramarine blue and your lemon yellow together, you know that you're going to get a predictable green, as opposed to mixing an ultramarine blue and a lemon yellow that might not be a true lemon yellow and has multiple yellow pigments in it, and it'll get you a muddy green or a green that is not as pure as you would like. I find it really interesting that the white is a mix of two different white pigments. This might be for a number of different reasons. It could be due to drying time, because different pigments have different drying times. It could be to do with opacity of the paint, or it could be to do with the cost of making the paint. I'm not sure why they have included two different pigments in this white as opposed to just the one titanium white or zinc white or flake white, but I was really curious to see how this white paint might behave, and I am curious as to their thoughts behind formulating the paint with two different pigments. So the first thing I did when I tested out these paints was I created a grid, and for each colour I made 3 slots. So there's one for the hue, which is the colour straight from the tube with nothing else mixed in. And then there was the tint, which is the paint mixed with white, and then the tone, which is the paint mixed with black. So I did this because I wanted to see how each paint behaved, what the pigment load was like, how much white or black I would need to mix in with the paint in order to attain a certain tone. And I was pleasantly surprised. I didn't need a lot of any of the pigments to create the tint with the white. And the white also wasn't so overpowering that I needed to use masses of white in order to lighten any of these colors. I actually found that using these paints to create a finished piece was really pleasant. All of these paints stood up really well against the usual brands that I use. I use artist grade paints by Winsor & Newton, Art Spectrum, Langridge, Rembrandt, all sorts. And I didn't notice any major differences between these paints by Paul Rubens and the artist grade paints that I usually use. In terms of the price point, this particular set I think is about $109 Australian, which is pretty good for a set of 10 paints. It works out to about just over $10 a tube, which is really good for artist grade paint. I was a little unsure about how I would manage the colors in this particular set. I tend to work with more neutral colors, so I work with yellow ochre and burnt sienna, raw sienna. I don't often use a pre-mixed green, and I also quite often use cerulean blue, which was absent in this mix. So it was quite interesting to challenge myself with these different pigments, and I actually found it brought this kind of level of airiness and sunlight into my piece that I often struggle to achieve. So it's interesting to find out that some of the issues that I've been having with my paintings and with what I'm trying to achieve with my paintings has been because I've not had some of the right pigments on my palette. Overall, I am really happy with these paints. I'm feeling very grateful that Lightwish sent them to me, and I would recommend them for both beginners as a cost-effective artist grade set and anyone who's looking to maybe try a different brand of oil paints in a set that is full of very convenient colors that do help you create a really nice range of values and tones and hues in your painting. So I will let you guys enjoy the rest of this video without me rambling on, but I do just want to share that Lightwish have also provided some discount codes for you guys. I've got some for the UK, Canada and Germany. I've also got some for my Australian viewers as well. So if you've enjoyed this video, please drop a comment, drop the paint palette emoji and let me know what you thought of this video. I've got my Instagram and my newsletter down below as well if you're interested in following me along on either of those. But for now, I will say farewell and I will see you in the next video. Have a wonderful day. Bye.